G'day, Tragic here, and welcome back to turn 2 of Eldritch Horror. There's a couple of mistakes I need to address before we start. I think I did pretty well. I only made 3 that I can remember. First one is, yoink, this clue actually doesn't get discarded. So when you do a research action and the card does not say discard the clue or take the clue, it actually stays on the table. Meaning that this guy here can just park his bum there and wait to do that research action again, which is exactly what he's going to do. The other big mistake I did was that I didn't spawn a gate this turn. If we look at the card, there is a gate spawn there, and I just completely forgot to do it. So let's do it. Now remember, because of the 6-player count, we actually spawned 2 gates. So let's go, wrong bucket. Here we go. We have one at Arkham, and we have one at Sydney. Now they are both red gates, which is a bit annoying, which means we could very possibly get 2 Doom tokens if we don't cross that. And also, this one here is also a red gate. So we've got 3 possible Doom track movements off 1 turn of the die. Now, if we look at the Doom track, we've actually got 2 turns to get to these gates and close them. So we've got a bit of time. We do have a lot of investigators, so there is a possibility we'll be able to close all 3 of these gates before we get there. This one down here, in case you're wondering, is a blue gate, which is a Doom token next turn. The other mistake was, actually there is two other mistakes. The other mistake was this spell that I picked up is actually a ritual, and the card specifically said a non-ritual spell. So what happened is I flicked through until I found a ritual spell instead of flicking just until I found a non-ritual spell. So I'm just going to replace that spell. So I'm just going to stick this in here. My finger, cut my finger cooking. So I'm a little bit bad with all that. And we'll just get the first one, Flesh Ward. It is an incarnation. Once per round, when an investigator would lose health, you may test law. If you pass, prevent that investigator from losing up to 2 health, then flip this card. So that is much better for us than having 3 Blessing of Isis on the table. The other thing was this blessing over here. The actual comet effect was roll 1 die on a 1 or 2, discard this card. But most of the card effects in this game are if you fail the roll, flip the card and do the bad thing on the back. But with this blessed thing, if you get a second blessing, that's when you flip the card. So it's actually just discard, which makes a lot more sense. I don't know if you remember, but when I actually saw that the card didn't get discarded, I was really shocked. Couldn't figure out why. That's why I did it wrong. So this card is actually discarded. We're not using it, so that gets chucked away. Right, so I think that is all the corrections for the first turn. So let's get straight back into it. We're going to start with Joe, and Joe is down here, and he is on an Eldritch token. But to do the actual mystery, we need to get 2 clues, and there is no clues there, so he's kind of screwed. So what he's going to do is move up to here and get that clue. So the way this works is, what I've been doing is I've been just going move twice, 1, 2. Because it caused a bit of confusion. This is the way movement works in this game. There's a number of different types of tracks. You can see these blue tracks, they're water tracks. These sort of ones with the little dots on them, they're train tracks. And these yellow ones are, hidden paths or, bushwalks or whatever you want to call them. They do have a name, but I can't remember it. But the point is, when you're playing on your turn, you can only ever do 1 action once, no matter what action it is, unless you have a specific printed power that allows you to do extra actions. But one of your actions is called Prepare for Travel, and you can pick up either a train ticket or a boat ticket. Now these tickets can only be purchased, well, for an action that don't actually cost money, when you're in a city space, okay? So see how he is not on a city space, he's on an ocean space? That means he can't get one of those tickets. So I can't just go 1, 2 to here because that would actually be 2 movement actions. The way the tickets work is you move your 1 action by going 1 space, and you can have 2 of these in your hand at a time. Then you can discard as many of the tickets as you want to move an extra space on that particular path. So say I had these 2 tickets and I was here, I could go 1 movement, then I could spend my other boat to get a 2nd movement, then I could move up here, and then I could spend my train ticket and move here. And that is considered a single action. I just used 2 tickets. So the upshot of all that is you have to be in a city to get a ticket, and then you can only get whatever ticket is connected. So this city here has a boat and a train track connected to it, so I can get both. This one here is a city, but notice there's no train track. So all I can buy there is boat tickets. And that's basically how it works. The upshot of this is that Joe is on a sea space, so he cannot pick up a ticket. So he is going to move 1 into here, and then for his 2nd action, he's going to take a boat ticket. Bam. You know, I should probably draw monsters for those gates I just picked up. What do you reckon? Draw a monster? I think so. We get a zombie. Nice. That's what we like. Nice, weak zombies. And the second one, let's get it from the bottom here. Oh, moon beast. Awesome. So we get a moon beast. Okay, the zombie goes into Arkham and the moon beast goes to Sydney, wasn't it? Yeah. Bam. Okay, so William Yorik is going to stay on this city space and keep this clue. Now we want to try and get rid of these gates as quickly as possible. Now she's already at a gate to get rid of this one, so that's good. So what we're actually going to do is she has an ability that means that when she closes a gate, she can move to any other gate location. So we can actually move her down to Sydney automatically next turn, and she can even skip fighting this monster. She's very, very powerful. We have a fantastic card in William's possession called Map of the Ley Lines, which gives +1 law, +1 mind during an otherworld encounter, which means that we can give that to her. It's going to really boost her ability to fight these things. In addition, if we look down here, there is an Eldritch token in Sydney, which allows us to solve a mystery. And we solve a mystery by using 2 clues. And you know what? She just happens to have 2 clues. So that is awesome. So for his first turn, he's going to abandon that clue, unfortunately, and move up to here and then do a trade. And now that we've moved, we're just going to trade, yoink, this. What else have we got here? We're also going to give the ritual dagger to her as well. And that's the end of his turn. Now it's Aki's turn. Now she's going to stay and close this gate. So she just has to do nothing but prepare. That's all she wants to do. So I think her best course of action is to take 1 boat ticket, because remember she's going to be in Sydney. And for her 2nd action, I think she's just going to do a rest action. Actually, she's not going to do a rest action because she's got full sanity. Feels a bit of a waste because you get 1 sanity, 1 health when you do a rest. She has no actions, no component actions. So she's basically got a wasted turn here. Actually, you know what? She is in a wilderness space. So she can't actually even take a travel ticket. That is crazy. She actually has 2 actions and she can't do anything with them. So we'll take that away from her. We'll do a rest action. That gives her 1 health back. And we'll do we can't even do an acquire because you have to be in the city, right? Yeah, basically she's only going to get 1 action this turn. Actually, you know what I should do?
Okay, so there's a bit of a disaster here. Basically, my lapel mic thing that I use now, it's like a wireless lapel mic. I must have accidentally forgotten to turn it off last time I used it because it ran out of batteries and I lost my mic. So luckily, when I do my recording, the camera actually has its own built-in mic, and that's still recorded. But the sound quality is a lot less, particularly because I often, I'm away from the camera while I'm reading the cards and stuff. So the audio is not going to be that great for the remainder of this section. Luckily as well, I'm now editing the videos per phase. So this will all be fixed at the end of the player phase, but just for the rest of the player phase, there's going to be a little bit of audio issues, and well, that's what's happening. Sorry about that.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Let's go back to this guy. So he is going to use one action to take the boat ticket, because he's here, which is a city space. It's got boats and trains connected. Actually, he's going to take a train ticket, because the boat ticket can just take him to here. It can take him to Tokyo, or it can take him down to Africa, or back to Sydney. Sydney should be cleared by Aki, so the train ticket gives us the most leeway. It can get all the way to any of those places. He's going to use one turn to take the train ticket, then he's going to move. And then on her turn, she takes the rest action and then does the trade. And that's her 2 actions. Now we have this mad guy over here who's got like a bazillion cards. Now he has this courier run thing, which he wants to do to get to Africa. So it takes him to space 15 here, right? That's where he wants to go. Space 15 I've marked on the board with this little thing. What else has he got here? Okay, he does have a despair condition here, and he's also got a hallucination condition. He really needs that Joe's thing, doesn't he? Yeah, okay, so what we're going to do here is... So as much as I want to get him down to Africa, which we can actually do in two turns, I really am worried about those 2, madness conditions and despair conditions. So what he's going to do, he's going to do 1 movement to here with Joe and then do a trade. So he's going to take the psychoanalyst and he's going to give Mr. Relier and Henry Walker. And then for his second action, he's going to try and get rid of his hallucination. He's going to try and get rid of it anyway. Basically, he has to do a rest action, and on the elder sign, he gets to discard it. But now that he's got the psychoanalyst, he gets an extra mind for doing these tests, which is really going to help him survive the card flip. So he's going to do a rest action. He gets 1 health because his sanity's at max, and he's got the hallucination and he's got the despair. Now, the despair says... When performing a rest action, you cannot recover sanity. Fine, we don't need it. Flip this card. Madhouse. You fear you may harm yourself in your despair and admit yourself to an asylum. If you're on a city space, test influence -1. Okay, his influence is 4 because he's got an improvement token on it, so that's 3. So that's 3 dice. Come on, come on. Blammo. Yes, we get 2 6 high. That's the way we do it, baby. Yeah! Eat that, you horrible despair. Where's the despair card gone? I've lost it. Here we are. Woo, what do I get? If you pass, discard this card. If you fail, blah, 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 blah. Nothing. So we get to discard it. Excellent. Now we get to roll for madness. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go! Boom, 3. We don't get it, but it's all right. We got the psychoanalyst. I feel safe about that madness. Okay, that's him done. Next. Mwah! I'm all excited. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot Yorik's action, which reads, discard up to 2 cards from the reserve, then perform 1 additional action. So it's basically a free action every turn. So what are we going to discard here? Is it 2 or up to 2? So we can discard up to 2. I actually like all these cards, but I do want to try and cycle the deck, these massive decks. So I'm going to get rid of Holy Water, and I'm going to get rid of... I'm actually just going to get rid of Holy Water. So let's draw the next one. Security Squad, ally. When resolving a combat encounter, you may resolve an influence test in the place of a strength test using the same test modifier. Nice. That's really good. Okay, Skidz is going to take a boat ticket in Buenos Aires and then go 1-2 to Antarctica. And Harvey Winters is going to stay here and try and close this gate. He needs to fight this zombie. So what can he do? Because there's a monster there, he is not able to try and get a weapon or anything. He can't use the acquire asset thing. So has he got any way of fighting? Okay, so this zombie, right? It's a -1 strength and it takes 2 strength to kill it. That's not good. So he can't actually kill it, not without spending a clue, which he doesn't have. Because it needs 2 health to kill, and he's only got 2 -1, that means it's 1. Which means he cannot fight this monster. That's bad. So unfortunately, he's going to have to move 1 up to here to where the mystic thing is. Is that in shot? Yep. So he's going to move 1 to here. Okay, I'm back, and I'm back on the lapel mic. Hopefully that sounds better. Now, you know, I probably shouldn't have moved this guy away from that zombie horde. The zombies are a lot tougher in Eldritch Horror. On a comet, it will turn into a zombie horde, which is an epic monster. So we really need to kill this thing. Oh well, I probably should have left him there to kill that monster. Oh well. So we've moved him out here. He's gone to the mystic location, and now he's going to do a blessing. Okay, so all we've got to do here is do a law -1 check. So that's pretty easy. Now remember, we do have the professor, and the professor gives us automatic success on any of these tests. So we'll be able to just quickly do that, and we only need 1 to actually get the blessing to work. But we're looking for 2 to not get any bad effects from the card. Now his law here is 3, so it's a law -1, so he gets to roll 2 dice. He needs to boost his law. Okay, so we need 1 success, please. Come on, blammo. Oh, look at that, 3 successes, boom. Now, we only need 2+ to get no additional effects. So that is fine. Now, are all the blessings the same? Or do they have different backs on them? I don't know. I'll just get a new one anyway. Okay, so he is also blessed now. You blammo. Okay, so that is the end of the player phase. We're now in the encounter phase, and we're starting with Joe. So he's down here. He is in Arkham still. Let's see what he's got. An old man accosts you in the street, claiming to have stolen one of the treasures from the museum's Legacy of the Pharaohs exhibit. He offers it to you for a price. You may gain 1 dark pack condition to gain 1 clue and 1 relic unique asset. Let's do it! Let's do it! Nothing I love more than a dark pack, baby. Okay, what have we got here? Dark pack, bam. Quick game's a good game. Just finish the game before they resolve. That's the plan. Okay, so this says, roll a 1 die. On a 1, it's time to fulfill your part of the bargain. So that's 1 dark pact. We also gain a relic unique asset. So let's cut to the middle. Task, item, relic. Here we are, bam. Okay, so we get the stone tablet. When you perform a rest action, you may attempt to decipher the carvings on this tablet. If you pass, flip this card. It's kind of annoying how you never know what these things actually do until you flip the card. I'll trade it to someone with decent lore, maybe Harvey, and see what happens. Because it's a lore -1 test. Oh, and he also gets a precious clue. Okay. Right, now that he has a clue, there's another clue here he can pick up, and then he can solve this mystery. So that's 1 potential mystery solved. And hopefully Aki's going to close the gate this turn, teleport down to here, and then be able to move to here. So she's also going to be able to close a mystery next turn because she also has 2 clues. And this mystery only needs 3 to solve. So it's a very hard mystery to open up the game with. So that's why I'm taking all these huge debt conditions, because I just need to get through this first mystery ASAP. Okay, so William Yorik is in the Himalayas, but remember, in Eldritch Horror, unlike Arkham Horror, you can choose what event you have. So he's not going to do the gate, and instead he's going to do the Himalayas one, which is just a wilderness event. You help a woman search the countryside for her uncle. Observation test. Now, he doesn't actually have all these things. That was an error, wasn't it? He doesn't have law, and he doesn't have this one. They actually came from a card that I've traded away. He wasn't actually supposed to get them, so get rid of them. Anyway, so his observation is actually 3, which is pretty good. So, come on, 3, you blammo. Oh, fail. Come on, 3 cards and we fail? That's bullshit. If you pass, you find an eccentric old man and he gives you a gift for helping his niece. Gain 1 tome artifact from the deck. There is no negative consequence. That's awesome. Now it's Kemi's turn. She is going to close this gate. So, what's the gate deck again? That's right, it's this one over here. The future. Oh, we've been teleported into the future. Nice. A future version of you lies in a rancid hotel room, slowly dying of various wounds while mumbling incoherently. Oh, great. You try to speak to this other you, but it's difficult to face that this is your ultimate face. Do a mind test. We have a lot of cool stuff here. We have this horrible messenger thing that gives us lots of rerolls, and we basically have to use that as quickly as possible because if that'll eventually flip and we'll be in a lot of trouble. So we got to think of her as temporary, basically. But we do have Map of the Laid Lines, which means we gain 1 law and 1 mind, and once per round we actually re-roll a die in Otherworld encounters, which we're in. So her mind is actually 4, but it's +1, so she has 5 dice, and there's no modifier on this card, so we're actually getting to roll all 5 dice. So come on, this has got to be a pass, right? 5, yep. Come on, Yorik! Okay, so we get 1, 2, nice. The other you points to a letter that describes how to seal the portal. Close this gate. The letter also contains an ancient rite. Do a law test. Now her law is 3 + 1 is 4, and there's no modifier, so 4 dice. Come on. Yablamo. And we get 1 Elder Sign, that's all we need. If you pass, you perform the rite correctly, gain 1 spell. So, we are going to gain a spell. What do we get? Yoink. Oh my god, it's a second Mists of Reliar. I have got the worst luck with spells ever. She already has Mists of Reliar. That is bollocks. Now, she has this ability, when you close a gate during any other world encounter, you may move to any other space containing a clue or a gate. So she's going to teleport down to Sydney. Okay, so now it's Finn's turn. He's in San Francisco. Oh no. Arkham did a Joe event. Oh well, it's probably best that we didn't take that Dark Pact anyway. We've got 3 Mist of Reliers on the table. That is ridiculous. I shuffled those cards hugely. Did you see me shuffling in that video? It was ridiculous. Okay, so he's actually in San Francisco. So this is Joe's move. A poison is slowly killing African explorer Julius Madison. You ask him to tell you what he knows. Do a influence test. Now his influence is 3. There's no modifier on this. So we have 3 dice. Come on, pass. Yablamo. Yes, that is a Elder Sign baby. If you pass, he shares his experience. Improve 1 skill of your choice. If you fail, impair. What to improve? I actually think we're going to improve his influence. So, Yablamo, he's now got 4 influence. Yoink. This is for Finn. And remember, he's in San Francisco, not Arkham. It's probably best we didn't get that Dark Pact anyway, to be honest. I'm just a big believer in taking all the risks, baby. It's only fun if you take all the risks. Okay, San Francisco. The police share what they know about a bomb in a church. Improve your investigation. Okay, that's a great start. He's now got 4 investigation. You scramble to find the device. Do an investigation -2. So he doesn't have anything else to help us. What was it? 2 dice. Okay, let's go. Yablamo. Oh, look at that. Double 5s. Yes. I said yes. Okay, bam. If you pass, disarm it, and the priest prays for you. Gain 1 boon condition. Okay, so this doesn't say gain a blessing. It says gain a boon. So we'll pick up this deck. This is one of the 3 decks I've got for these guys. And we just want a boon. Talent, illness, deal. No, I did I not shuffle these? I mustn't have shuffled these. Deal, talent. Is there only one type of boon and that's a blessing? I don't know. Oh, here, a boon. No, that says bane. Not quite the same thing. Deals, talents. I probably should shuffle these decks. Well, that's a boon, and it's the first boon we reached, so we're getting it. Blessing. Oh, I'm going to shuffle those decks off camera next turn. All right, and he gets a blessing. Nice. And now it is Flinn's turn. He is down here on a gate. We're going to do that gate. The Great Hall of Selenio. You are stunned to see familiar faces reading through the tomes of dark sorcery. You try to catch a glimpse of what he's reading without alerting him to your presence. Do an observation -1. So his observation is 3, and he's got nothing else to help us, so that is a 2 dice. Let's get another 2 successes, shall we? Come on, blammo, boo, 1 success, that's all we need. You learn what he's been reading and realize that he has opened a portal between worlds. Close this gate. Afterwards, you examine the book that he was reading, do a lore test. His lore is 2. Come on, can we get another success off a 2 die? This is the 3rd one in a row. Oh, so close. If you pass, gain 1 clue or 1 spell. Damn, we really wanted that. If you fail, you've never encountered such horrors before, lose 2 sanity. Oh, it's brutal. But the important bit here is that we actually close this gate because it is a blue gate and the next one is blue. I'll put discarded gates up here. And finally, we have whatever his name is, Herman or something, and he is at a mystic gate. So we're going to grab a mystic card. Yoink. Helps if I hold it the right way up. A man and woman are arguing over the stone's occult significance. He claims they open doorways to other worlds. She says they measure the stars. Resolve the pass effect to agree with the man, or resolve the fail effect to agree with the woman. Okay, so without reading and just scanning the symbols, I can tell we are definitely going to be doing the fail effect because that is observation -1, and his observation is 3, but his influence is 1. The man storms off. The woman tries to show you the certain stars. Do an observation -1. So this is another 2 die. Come on, another 2 die roll. We got this. We got this. Come on, bam, we get another one. Beautiful. If you pass, you can see the effects on fate. Move the omen to any space on the track without advancing the doom. If you fail, she reveals that she is a witch and uses the stars against you. Lose 2 sanity. Okay, so that is an awesome pass again. And once again, we can manipulate this track. And once again, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to put this here, which will cancel out the old one's sanity effect. And it will also mean that we won't get any doom because there is no gates on the table with the green comet. That is awesome. Okay, so now it is the Mythos round. Yoik, and he was blessed, and I didn't do the blessing. Oh well, we still won. Okay, so this is our first rumor. Oh man, I really wanted to get this this mystery solved before my first rumor came out. First thing we do is we get a clue and we get space 16 and what, 4 elder token? What the hell does that even mean? Better look this up. That just means place the 4 elder tokens based upon the text. Okay. So first we're going to spawn 3 clues. Okay, what have we got here? We've got space 3, space 14, space 8. Space 3 is down here. Space 14, that's 15, 12. It's so randomly numbered. 13's up here, 15's here, 14 is here, bam. And 8 is over here. 8, and there's already an elder token on there. So we have a blue mark on space 16, which is 15, 18, 17, 16. Some dark magic has taken hold in you. Friends have started ignoring you as if you weren't even in the room. It's getting worse, and you fear that soon you will be invisible to every other person on Earth. Faded from society. As an encounter, an investigator on Space 16 may attempt to research similar occurrences from the past during an investigation test. If he passes, he learns about a Russian folktale where children go missing, and he may spend clues equal to half the investigators to resolve this rumor. So what's the 4 Eldritch token symbol do? Okay, comment effect. What's this say? Search the asset deck, discard pile and reserve for all assets with value equal to or greater than the number of Eldritch tokens on this card, and return them to the game box. Then discard 1 Eldritch token. This will destroy all 4-cost cards. That is brutal. And we need 3 clues to pass this. This might even be more important than the Mythos card. Than the mystery card. Oh, dude, that is vicious. And you know what? You know who has a really high investigation? Good old Joe here. And he already has 1 clue. So he can get this clue here. He can get this clue on his way. And instead of using it to close the mystery, he's going to go and get this card. Oh, brutal. That is brutal. Right, and that is it. That is the end of turn 2. And I will see you guys